Alright, so this is going to be the tutorial for Twice is Like a Fool. I've been behind on tutorials. I gotta throw them out there. I keep saying I'll do it, and then I keep getting distracted by other things. Like work and other new songs and stuff. Anyway, so I'm just going to show you the strumming pattern and what they're doing in this song. And from this video forward, from this song that I did a cover of, the subsequent songs, I'm going to try to do the tutorials of those. Anyways, starts off in standard tuning. So you're just going to have your guitar. Now some of my recent videos I've had a capo on the first fret, but I had my guitar tuned down a half step. So when I did this song, I can't remember if I had it on the first or the second. But basically you just want the capo on the first because you're not going to be, you want it so when you play an E chord, it's going to be an F. Okay? Just like that. So capo on the first fret, standard tuning. Alright? And I'm just going to show you the intro chords and how it's strummed. It's kind of like a... So basically what you're doing there is your first chord's going to be, it's just like playing an A, but you're not going to play, you're going to keep this pinky off. So if you play an A chord with your 3 fingers, however you want to play it, or your 1 finger, what I would suggest is using the 2 middle fingers, these two, and you're just going to go, alright, oh, let me fix my, there you go. So your first chord's going to be that, alright, one here, and you're just going to go. So. And an E. So it's going to be like a. And you do like 2 more after that, so it's going to be again that strumming. That's your main thing. Now I also do the 1 more time because then you go to the next chord. Alright, so that E chord, just your middle finger here, this one here, and this one there, just on the standard E. Make an F sharp minor. Alright, same strumming. This one you bar the 2nd fret, bar the entire thing, and you're going to use this finger and this one to just hold down here. Then you're going to go to this next chord, which is like making a D shape. Okay, so if you make your normal D chord, but you leave your middle finger off, okay? Or if you play it like this, you're just using those 2 fingers. Basically, you're just having a finger on this one and a finger on this one. The B string, 3rd fret, G string, 2nd fret, okay? Now, it sounds like, the reason I played it like this is because it sounded like they had a finger down here as well, hitting this note, okay? So the way I played it was just like that. You can play it just like this, or if you can reach your pinky, reach it over and play that note there on the E string, okay? It's going to be like a... And then when you do the last one, you're doing like a... Now, this doesn't do anything, I'm just muting the top 2 strings. So I can play freely on those 4 bottom strings without having to worry about hitting those. So instead of going like a and like limiting and the chance, I mean you can hit the A, it's still fit in there, but I don't want to hit the E. But if a lot of times I'll do this to just kind of, I can play harder. Anyways, the last time you're doing a, and it just kind of does like a mute, like a, alright, so And so that's the intro of the song. And then go back to that chord. Now you're gonna go, so when you go to the verse, there's no guitar playing. So what I did is I just played that little A sus2 or 4, whatever it is. I don't know the exact name. I think it's an A sus2, but basically you just you're gonna go to this C sharp minor 7th chord. So you bar the 4th fret, and you're gonna have this finger here on the 6th fret from the capo, and on the 5th fret down here. This one's gonna be on the D string, this one on the B string on the 5th fret. Okay, so, and a good way to get used to those bar chords is just play the minor 7th down here, like an A minor 7th, and just slide it up, and then use this to bar, just to get used to, I mean, at least you'll know where these fingers go. It should feel comfortable aside from just the barring part. Your next chord, the F sharp minor, back to that D, D sus2, I guess is what it is. And then next chord again, you go back to this one. Now instead of the second time through that little verse, instead of going to that C sharp minor 7th, you're gonna play an E, but let me see. Yeah, it's just gonna be an E, but you're gonna have a G sharp bass note over it. All right. Now the way to do that, you can play. Well, there's two ways I know to play it. The best way would probably be playing it like this. So it's like making an E chord, just like this, but using this finger and this finger instead. And instead of playing this note here, you can play it if you can reach it. If you can just play all those and then put your pinky up there. But if it's a little harder to give it less strain, just don't use this finger, and you're gonna put your pinky up here on this note and just mute the second string with your other fingers, or you should be able to mute it with just this one, that backup one. So it'd be kind of like a, so alright. If you can't play it there, you can also play it here. Basically you're making a D shape here, here, and here, and you're using your thumb. F sharp minor, and you go back to that D, and you're into the chorus. Okay, so the verse one more time. Now you're going back to the original chords, that E, F sharp minor, same progression as before. Now it changes it up the second time though, with that little G sharp. Now when you get to the little bridge, not the bridge, but before the verse, it does something like this. Anyways, it's something similar to that. The way I did it is I just go back to this chord pick from the A, this one. But if I miss a string, at least I'm within the chord. And all you're doing is here A string, the G string, and the E string. Your next chord. Now it's weird. It almost sounds like it. I thought originally it was going to the G sharp, but it almost sounds like it's doing that C sharp minor 7th instead of that G sharp note over E. So I'm not entirely sure because it sounded like this, but it sounds like underneath you have this. So what I would do for the second one is just the see. I don't know which one. I guess it's up to you, whichever one you want to do. If you do the second one, you just have one finger here, one here, and the same pattern. You're just hitting the same strings. Or if you want to do it with the G sharp. Alright. Either way, it fits within the song either way. The next one, you have that, oh yeah, I forgot, it does like a, you're hitting this note, then you're going to this little F sharp minor again, but what I do is I just play basically this note, and the bottom open string. Same thing. Back to this D chord. It's going back to this chord, but I don't play this note. I just play from the D, this one, so something like that. So. Anyways, whatever you want to do, pick there is fine. If you want to just strum, just play this, do to this chord, or whichever one you want to play at that point, to the F sharp minor, to the D. Alright, then it goes back to that same progression, E, F sharp minor, D. Just like this, the first verse. And it does something like this. So during that little instrumental, you're just a little picking pattern. Then it goes to that little rap, which is just like the original intro. Then you have, it slows down again. Da 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 da, do 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 do. Then it does kind of like a stab 3 times. Or that's it. And it goes into the chorus. Now the second chorus, as opposed to the first where it sounded like it was doing this to the normal E, to this, the second chorus sounds like it's doing this and then that G sharp over E to the, I mean you can get by just playing with the E. Goes to this again. Do 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 do. Do do do. Alright, so that's the second chorus, and then it goes to the bridge. Now the bridge, remember the strumming pattern. Now it's going to go to a D, to an E, C sharp minor 7, F sharp minor, E, that D, so that's to an E, then you're going to an F sharp. So the bridge, real quick, you're doing and then it cuts out. Now it's doing something like a, and then you have that little piano doing like, brow, brow. So I didn't play anything there. It's just kind of something doing like a, just these two notes. Alright, so again, for that bridge, D, E, C sharp minor 7th, F sharp minor, E, D, E, F sharp. Okay, and then the final chorus, real quick, hopefully this won't cut off. Just like the original. E, F sharp minor, that D sus2, A sus2, there's that G sharp over the E, F sharp minor, D. So it's kind of, you can kind of interchange that E and the G sharp over E if you want, whenever. There's a few times where you can definitely hear it in the bass note, like there. And you go here, back to this one, and then it kind of ends with no guitar, but it's the same chord progression as before. Anyways, that's a little tutorial of the song. I would have gone more into depth, but my phone seems to run out fast when I'm recording stuff. I think I have too many pictures from other places on there. I gotta get them off. Anyways, so that's the song, basically, the chords. Now, again, the strumming pattern, real quick, it's just. Now you can play, if you don't want to play it here, you can play it up here. It's pretty much the same chord, it just sounds a little different. Because you're not getting this chord, this note in there. Well, not from this string, but it's pretty much same chord. And that's just up on the 5th fret if you bar it and you just do those two fingers just like you would for that A. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll try to throw up some other covers soon, or tutorials, I mean.